same that burn crosses. Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses. Some of those that work forces are...
Woo! Sorry, I had to play that song after last night. Hello, everybody. I need some therapy. I need some Wednesday morning. This Wednesday, right? Wednesday morning therapy. So I'm going to talk to this camera and the 20 people watching right now to go over what happened last night, why we did what we did, my thoughts on it, and all of that. Now, if you've been living under a rock, here's a quick summary of what's been going down. Poland, Isaac and I had announced that we were going to apply for a state liquor license through the state of Ohio for our charity, which is called the Riff Raff Give Back, where we were going to donate the proceeds of said charity to a veteran organization called Task Force 20, which buys gym memberships for veterans with post-traumatic stress syndrome. We did do it, and we're planning on doing it during the Celebrate Poland, which is a huge event in Poland. Fireworks, 2 days. They do a great job, not to take away from that organization. We've actually donated tons of money to them in the past. Had a little bit of a falling out over the last 2 years when we had our movie night in the same month as them, but that's neither here nor there. We're moving on from that. So, when we announced that we were going to do that, one of the things you have to get from the state is a signature from the police chief. He signed it last year when we did our alcohol event in June. We didn't think it would be a problem. However, the people at Celebrate Poland did not want booze around their event. People keep saying at. It's not at your event. It's around the event because it's in the event because the way it's set up is the Legion, where we were going to rent as private property, basically to the right of the event of Celebrate Poland. Reason we were going to do that was because there's going to be a ton of people there that would raise more money for the fundraiser. That was the whole point. We were doing some shady thing, trying to piss off people. We wanted to maximize the amount of people that are located in one area for a fundraiser. That's it, right? So we applied. We did that. People are like, well, why didn't you ask permission? Why didn't you go to council? Why didn't you go to Celebrate Poland? Well, to be honest, we've tried that. Now, last year, our permit did get approved. We had an event. It was great. There were police there from the village. They'll all tell you it was a wonderful event. However, the lawyer, Jay Maseko for the village, called the State Highway Patrol during our to say up the amount of people there. Now, State Highway Patrol, remember that. And Councilman Sam Maffei called the State Highway Patrol to say it's during the event to say this is out of control or whatever else he said. It's out of control. He basically lied to State Highway Patrol to get people to come there to say, hey, look what I did. I tried to disrupt their event, right? Anyways, it didn't work because the State Highway Patrol came and he was like, who lives in Poland Village, like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Anyways, we tried to go that route last year, and yet one of the councilmen and the bulldog of the Poland Village, the lawyer, called. So I'm like, screw that. I'm not asking them permission because I don't have to. I have to send them a notification, not permission. And then to top it off, when we did our event the first year, I got into it with the president of Celebrate Poland because basically it was, why didn't you ask us permission? You're going to take away from our event, which is 3 weeks later. I'm not. So then I was like, you know what? I don't want to work with people who don't want to work with us. We had the president of the Celebrate Poland and myself had a nasty conversation. I was totally probably yelling and screaming too, which you'll see me do again last night, as I am passionate, is what people keep telling me. But the issue was, again, it was like, we've done all this work for you. We want to have an event for our area, and you're going to literally push back. Of course I'm going to be pissed. I'm not doing it to take away from your event. I'm doing it to make Poland better, to have things for kids to do, to have fundraisers, which was a fundraiser. And we actually gave them money before. But moving on. Ooh. So up next, hold on, let me see these comments. Yeah, there was no, we'll get into the comments here, but let me keep going here and then we'll go over the comments. So, it came to a head last night. Well, before that, Poland Village Council the previous meeting, Celebrate Poland Committee went to the committee and said, you need to stop this. Nobody came to us. Nobody asked us. You need to stop this. Village council automatically, with no one calling us, no one reaching out to us, we'll stop it. We'll figure out a way to do this. We'll do this. We'll do that. Which is when they came up with a resolution over the last week that basically said they were going to order the police chief not to sign permits for alcohol at events in Poland. Now, there were some stipulations, but man, it was rough. I could share it with you guys if you guys want. But it was basically any group event that had kids around it, and they would order him, and he was not to sign that form. Okay. I still believe, after talking to the State Liquor Control Board, they would have passed it. Now, I did learn last night that there was a case where a sheriff didn't sign it, but there was all kinds of nitty-gritty stuff, and it was ugly. I talked to the State Liquor Control Board, and if you're watching this, you guys at that council meeting and the lawyer saying, oh, it would have never passed. I promise you, we could get that liquor license. We're not going to, but we'll get into that. We could have gotten that liquor license with or without the chief's signature. You have my word, because I talked to people at the State Liquor Board. I talked to the president of temporary permit thing. They would have given it because we had an email from the chief accepting the email. He accepted the email and the notification. They said that would have worked. So we'll never know. Anyways, so why was I pissed last night? If you missed it, we'll go over the thing. So the council was going to pass this resolution basically saying, hey, you're not going to have liquor. We are not allowing liquor at family events. We are not allowing liquor in the village when we fundraisers. We're going to stop it. And it was really rough verbiage. And I think they kind of backtracked on it because it was like a large group of people. What's that? And when you go to a restaurant, a large group of people is 8 when you have to pay the tip. So that was one of the things that was dumb. Like I said, it was just a rushed out, gross resolution. We posted it on Facebook. So why was I pissed? Why did I flip out at the council meeting? Why did I call out the lawyer and Sam Bond? Well, here's why. Because they did 2 things that are absolutely intolerable as leaders, and we as the people should not accept. Okay? One, they passed. Stop messaging, Sarah. I see it and it's distracting me. You said I like tequila. I like tequila too. Anyway, 1, they were going to do this resolution as an emergency meeting. Okay, as an emergency. What's an emergency? In my mind, an emergency is a bridge blew up. Got hit by a boat and fell over. An emergency, a tornado strikes in Boardman. That's an emergency. They labeled this resolution an emergency, so then therefore they weren't required to read it 3 times at 3 meetings. Got it? 3 meetings. 1, 2, 3. Why would they do that? The event, Celebrate Poland, isn't until June 29th. Why do you think they would do that? Now, I'm sure they're going to have some crazy reason why. Okay? Like, oh, lawyer stuff this, lawyer stuff that. I don't buy it, and neither should you. Why do you think they did that? Because they didn't want people to know. They were going to try and pass it without people knowing. How do we back that up? Well, Luke, it's just an emergency meeting. This, that, and the other. Oh, the reason I know they didn't want people to know is because Michael Zembauer, who posted this on Facebook, said he was told by the lawyer to not, and counsel, all of counsel, was to not share it. Not share what was happening. What? Literally, Michael said that he received an email saying, you are not to talk to the public about it. Now, again, the lawyer's going to do what the lawyers do. They're going to say, oh, it was to protect my legal counsel, and I don't want us to get sued because the MLO bros are going to sue us. Boom. So you have 2 things, an emergency meeting, which waives the 3 days, and you have a letter from the lawyer who wrote the thing up with Sam Maffei saying, don't talk to the people about it. Now, I said last night, shady backroom deal. And one of the councilmen was yelling at me like, oh, that's defamation. How dare bullcrap. You might have had it on the agenda, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you didn't, you know now. Shady backroom deal is making an emergency plan, an emergency resolution for an event 2 months away, followed by an email from a lawyer saying, don't say it. So here's what I figured out. They don't want this. They don't want attention on themselves. Why do Isaac and I drive these people crazy? Why? Granted, we are assholes. Fair. But we have the capability of bringing up and stirring up a hornet's nest that they don't want. They don't want people looking at them. They don't want the news there. Let me tell you what Isaac and I did got a little out of control with the news media, granted, but that is a weapon. That is a weapon that we, the people, can fight against these little villages and these little townships and these Vienna townships and these commissioners up in Trumbull County. And we can use this to fight against these people who have been doing stuff like this, emergency meetings. They don't want us, the people, to rally behind each other. They don't want it. They don't want to hear it. They don't want the attention. They just want business as usual so they can pass their laws and their rules that affect us and we don't see it. Right? Now, listen, I know. Okay, we're going to talk about me being prepared. Would you be quiet for a second? Gosh, you're like a little sister that just, God, Julie, little sister. Anyway, so what goes down last night is I was not planning on going to that meeting. Wasn't planning on it. However, I got a text message from a friend saying, you need to be here. You need to show up. The news is here. Got to do that. Isaac and I were already planning on backing off and not doing the booze at Celebrate Poland. Why? We had already discussed it, and it wasn't because of this resolution that the government trying to shut us up. You know, there's no way they're ever going to shut us up. We were going to do it because we were affecting the other groups. Poland Rotary, the Ladies Club, Emma Elf, who just popped up there, my little sister. You have the Lions Club. That resolution was going to be hurt everything that these organizations want to do. And if we're going to progress in Poland and have adult events and have events, which I think should have liquor. I don't think there's anything wrong with having a beer or two in public. I really don't. Those groups are going to have to unite to do this. And I and Isaac did not want to hurt those groups. We might be jerks. We might be a-holes. I don't want to hurt other groups because I respect what they do. No one will ever realize how hard it is to fundraise, how hard it is to do these groups for charities. You know, it's like, oh, have a fun. Nobody knows how tough it is until you try and do it. And I didn't want to help. So we were going to announce before I went there, we were going to go live 5 minutes before the meeting and announce that we were going to do it, that we were going to back off. And then we were going to watch Village Council talk crap about us after we had backed off. But I went down there and I texted Mayor Tim and I said, give me 5 minutes before the meeting, at the meeting, and we will announce we are not doing it. Now, that is when we get into my speech. I'll call it a speech. I was not prepared. I, as most of you know, am not afraid to talk. I'm not afraid to yell. That's me. That's what I am. I am a passionate person. You'll say something to me and I will let you know what I'm thinking. And that is exactly what I did. I regret nothing that I said last night. I do not regret the tone I said it in. I do not regret saying a shady backroom deal because that is exactly what that was, trying to do an emergency meeting and telling the council to not talk to the public. I do not regret it. I am who I am. I'm always going to be who I am. It's a good thing and a bad thing. I've been fighting my mouth my entire life. So, onward, upward. Let's watch the I got the thing pulled up. Let's watch this right now. Here we go. You say speech, they say rant. I think a rant's good. I think a rant. But anyways, here we go. Let's watch this thing. This is Stan Boney. He did a great job, by the way. Here we go. I gotta go over here. Play.
Luke Schuster is one of the MLO bros who, with his brother, have a social media podcast. They had planned a fundraiser for June 29th at Poland's American Legion Hall to benefit veterans the same day as Celebrate Poland. But the organizers of Celebrate Poland opposed the fundraiser, where liquor was going to be sold.
So we are withdrawing our liquor application. We will have it on another night.
Before Poland Village Council this evening was a resolution opposing the sale of liquor during Celebrate Poland, specifically mentioning the June 29th fundraising event. Schuster was critical of the process.
You should be out there talking to every person that is in this town to see what they want to do. The backroom stuff in this town has to stop.
Councilman Michael Thompson said the issue was being discussed at a public meeting.
How that is a shady backroom deal, that's not an accurate description. That's what we call defamation.
Cindy Best is president of Celebrate Poland.
Our opposition is not.
That is not what you call defamation, Attorney Thompson, and you freaking know. Defamation is when I purposely tell a lie to hurt someone. That's defamation. I'm no lawyer, but I know the definition. I have to purposely say something untrue, not an opinion, and go from there. That is not defamation. That is my opinion of what you people were doing. And you freaking know it. And he looked right at me when they said it. They didn't show this on the news. He looked right at me when he said it, when I went back down. And of course, I screamed back, "That's not defamation," and disrupted the meeting and probably could have got kicked out for that. But again, passionate. I don't want to get in a fight with Chief Lambert. That guy scares me. He's a little short, redheaded guy. He's not really short, but he's kind of scary. I don't know. Anyways, way more badass than me. So here we go. Let's keep going. Not defamation.
With fundraising, it is with bringing alcohol into the mix. We simply don't want the liability.
It says resolution addressing temporary liquor permits at community events.
Nancy Muscat said her Poland Junior Women's Club has considered having alcohol at some events.
That's a huge problem. That sets a precedent that one event can make a determination for everyone thereafter.
In fact, Schuster said the reason he was withdrawing was so it would not affect future fundraisers.
But because I don't want to be personally responsible for when my friends at Rosalie's Forever Footprint want to have a liquor license, they have to jump through hoops.
Schuster said they would hold their fundraiser in the fall. Council decided to table the resolution and possibly write a new one specific to Celebrate Poland and the sale of alcohol.
We have a victory ahead of us because we're coming back together again and we're realigning the way we should as a community and moving forward in a positive light.
In Poland, Stan Boney, WKBN 27 First News.
Again, Stan Boney did a great freaking job. That was an excellent thing. Him and the other reporter from 21 talked, gathered facts. They did a good job. Anyways, I may have been passionate, but I do not regret what I said. I think more people need to be passionate like that at meetings. I think we need to watch not just Poland Village, all of these places, these little townships, little villages, they get away with stuff because we don't watch, because we're busy with our kids, because we're busy with our families, sports, and work. I get it. You have to watch these people. Now, listen, and I'm not saying they're bad, evil people dressed up like the Emperor from Star Wars plotting our demise. I'm not saying that, right? In every war, everybody thinks they're the good guy. Does that make sense? And the other people are the bad guy. I'm sure Mr. Graff and Mr. Thompson and Wakama, I'm sure if they voted on that resolution, they thought they were doing the right thing. And you can't, I can't argue that. And they probably think we're the bad guys and we're doing terrible. We're bringing booze to the village and we're doing that. We're ruining their event. I get that. But I think we were doing the right thing. And the problem I have with all of this, again, is not talking to the people first, making it an emergency meeting prior so you don't have the public. And I mean, it's just, to me, that's gross. That's gross. Why is that acceptable to you people, that you want to hold stuff back from the public? Something like that, where we're raising charity. I know, and people on Facebook go, oh, they hate veterans. They don't hate veterans. I mean, let's be honest. There's no way any of those people, who in God's name would hate a veteran? I mean, seriously. Nobody said that. And if they did, they're wrong. But it's the optics of the whole situation. It's the way this all went down. Isaac and I are rough. We are freaking loud. We are stubborn. But why didn't any of council call us? The first phone call I got was from Mayor Sycophus yesterday asking us at like noon if we were going to back down and not have the event so they wouldn't pass that resolution. That's the first phone call I got from any of the councilmen. Does that make sense? If I'm a leader and I'm making a decision, why am I not out talking to my people? Why am I not out on the corner saying, hey, what do you think of this? You don't represent yourselves and your little groups of friends that you guys have, right? I know, Thompson. I know you, Grab. You guys have lived here forever. And you have your little groups and you have your little friends. But that doesn't mean you get to, as an elected representative, get to just cater to those people. You should be asking people under the age of 30 or 40 what they think of this, because they're the future, not you, not your groups, not your people. You live here now. You have just as much say as them, but you got to look at the future of Poland, not what's just going on now. Does that make sense? Am I ranting again twice in a day? I'm going to need to freaking get some blood pressure medicine. But anyways, our goal, I have reached out to the ladies club in Poland, offering our services, whatever that is the MLO Bros, saying they have these summer events on Mondays. I want to help them. I have reached out to join. I don't know if they could reject me, the Poland Lions Club. It's a small little group that does all kinds of things. I am going to join it, and I'm going to help where I can. I don't know if the Rotary's ready for me quite yet or not. We'll talk about that a little bit. The Rotary, I don't know. Anyways, that might give some of those people a heart attack in there. Yeah, you know what, Kelsey? The reason I need blood pressure medicine is because your stinking Youngstown Phantoms are in Game 3, win or go home, and it stresses me out. And I'm going to go tonight. Hey, you can buy tickets if you're watching. It's a playoff game, 7:05. Me and the boys will be there. We're like super fans now. We're talking about hosting a hockey player next year. It's madness. But anyway, go to the game tonight. Go buy tickets. 330-747-PUCK. I don't even get paid for that. So, anyways, what our announcement is. We are looking at an event. We're Fall Bros Brewfest, maybe. I don't know. Tinkering with the name a little bit. Which will be held in the village. So help me God. We're going to do it. I'm going to send over the forms for them to sign. You heard it last night. And we'll make this a 21 and older event. Kids can play on the playground, but they're not going to be allowed into the event. We're going to try and do it at the Legion. And we are going to have this event. If we get any pushback from anyone, I will be at the village meeting with my new friend Stamboni, and we will freaking do it again. I don't know if we proved anything last night. I know we proved that I'm a big loudmouth. I think that was a fact, but we did prove one thing. I'm going to flex here a little bit. And I don't flex a lot with the MLO Bros as far as saying this. We will get things done. We will let people know with our big giant mouths when people try to do wrong, when the government tries to do wrong, when you say something stupid, when you do something stupid, when businesses do so. We will use our platform. Some people have called it a bully platform, a bully pulpit. So be it, whatever it is. We are not going anywhere. We are not going to stop being us. We are going to do what we do, which is help the community through fundraising, through helping, through letting people know what's going on with these different organizations all over. We're actually just got asked to go to the Austintown fireworks display on June 30th, the day after Celebrate Poland's over, and stream live from their event. They're getting us our own tent, and we're going to help fundraise for our charity that we're working on. They invited us and said, hey, forget Poland, come to Austintown. Like I said last night, I should probably just move to Austintown. I think I fit in better there. But we are going, look at Rick. My man, we got a DJ, bro. That would be fantastic. I will hold you to that big guy. You know I will. Then we'll go ghost hunting after. We are not going anywhere. We are going to keep doing what we do. We know we rub a lot of people the wrong way. And I'll tell you what, my dad, who Isaac and I are so much like, said it best. If you're not pissing people off, you're not doing it right. I agree with that. So anyways, thanks for listening. 40 people. I feel much better. I had to get that off my chest. It was like crushing me, that, that kind of stuff. So that's it. That's it. I mean, that's it. So everybody, hang tight. We're not done. Go Phantom. Will you guys go to the Phantoms game? Seriously, come hang out. Somebody buy me a beer at the Phantoms game tonight. Maybe 2. I need to relax. I'm gonna go for a walk. Okay, guys, thank you again. Love you all. Bye. God, why am I such a Sasquatch? Okay, bye.